It's more confusing than Inception, harder than an erection. It's cooler than Andre 3000. Oh, let's get ready for Sweet Connection.
Hello and welcome to Sweet Collection. I'm your host, Kaz. With me today, for the second time, it's Jason Lewis.
Hello.
So we just recorded about 2 or 3 minutes of quality content before I realised that your microphone wasn't working.
Wow. Am I working now?
Yes, you are working.
So, basically, it was just you talk to yourself for 2 minutes.
And it's the best bit of content we've ever had for this show. Are we going to go over what we talked about?
No, fuck Charlie and his podcast. He can fuck off.
Listen to Why Did I Do That? And
apparently Ben would drop me in a heartbeat for him if he had a choice.
Absolutely, I would.
That's how good his show is.
Anyway, let's get to the news
Prick.
of what's happened in the past 3 weeks.
Okay.
A lot of stuff has happened.
Yes.
First, most importantly, Brexit Day happened.
Honestly,
You'd forgotten?
do you know what happened?
Nothing's changed?
I walked into a doctor's surgery, okay, and said, I'm here for work. And they're like, sorry? I went, well, now that Brexit's happened, you need doctors. I reckon I could be a doctor. Who's my first patient? And they kicked me out. And that is not the Brexit I voted for.
So what is the Brexit you voted for?
Oh, I voted to stay.
Oh, okay.
I've just been making those jokes.
For a moment, I had actually forgotten, and I genuinely thought you did vote to leave, and I was like, oh yeah.
No. Any minor inconvenience of my life since Brexit Day,
Brexit.
I've said, this is not the Brexit I voted for.
Yeah.
There's roadworks.
So you stub your toe on the coffee table. Oh! Not the Brexit I voted
thought
for.
Since all the foreigners would be gone, that wouldn't happen anymore. Yeah, it's not the Brexit I voted for. Is my new catchline.
It's not really Brexit Day, because we're still technically part of the European Union. We just can't vote on any of their...
Did you see what that cum stain Nigel Farage done in the last EU meeting?
Oh, what?
Got everyone to start waving the flags.
Yeah, it was him and his other 3 MEPs.
Racist friends.
Yeah, allegedly started waving Union Union Jack flags. Union flag jacks.
Union J flags.
I can't even say it.
From the X Factor.
In front of the European Parliament, which is not a good look for us, is it?
No, it's just childish. They took down our flag from the row of flags.
So they should they not?
Yeah.
That's the Brexit I voted for. More importantly than Brexit, far more importantly, this story, when it was first announced, was all we heard about for a good week.
JLS a reunion.
No.
Oh. Well, they are.
Are they?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, JLS are back.
When
the
did they
rapist
break
and
up?
all of them.
What?
The rapist and the others.
Sorry, what? You're going to have to explain that to me.
Oh, come on.
I haven't even heard the name JLS in about 5 years.
One of them has been in court for being a rapist. I mean, he got away with it. Or found not guilty.
Or he didn't do it. That's kind of how the system works.
Yeah, but when you're a celebrity, you get away with it.
When you are famous,
allegedly.
you can just rape someone.
Yeah. So they're getting back together.
That's good, isn't it?
Well,
what songs did they sing?
The club is alive to the sound of music. There's that one. Beat Again.
Oh yeah, my heart won't beat again. Beat again.
It's good that we both know the dance move. And then I like it around the parts when they just lift up their t-shirts to show off their six packs.
Yes, which we can't do.
No. Anyway, so JLS are back together.
That's good. No, I mean a story bigger than that.
Oh. Justin Bieber's back?
British icon Philip Schofield.
Oh, yes.
Is actually
a nonce.
Gay.
He's actually a Tory nonce.
No, he's not.
Which is what I don't quite understand. Right, hear me out, because I'm going to tell you some news which I know you haven't heard.
This is going to be good.
So Philip Schofield, I think we discussed it on the show before, is a massive Tory because when Jeremy Corbyn was on this morning, he was shouting.
He absolutely grilled him.
Yeah. For
and then when Boris Johnson was on the show, he started taking selfies with him and asked him really easy questions.
What's your favourite colour?
Yeah, essentially that.
Even though Boris Johnson has been known and says and quoted, all gays are tank top wearing bum boys. So how can Philip Schofield like someone who identifies all homosexuals as that? And also, so he's a Tory, and also, the ITV runner on the set of This Morning, threatened to ruin Philip Schofield and announce that he was gay before Philip Schofield did, because they were having an affair. Who
would believe some random runner, though?
Well, the thing is, though,
no one's going to believe
Philip Schofield's got a super injunction on him to not do that.
I didn't think super injunctions were still a thing.
Yeah.
Because they were a thing about 10 years ago with the whole Ryan Giggs thing.
Yeah, John Terry. But no, this is,
Wow.
And he became he got a job on ITV when he was 15. I'll just put it up there. Noncy.
Oh, so that's why you called him a nonce.
That's
okay.
why. So
now it makes sense.
So he's a Tory nonce, allegedly.
Okay.
However, if you've been battling it for years and you came out as gay, good on him. Because if you think about it, you never know how long he's known he's been gay. And he might have known he was gay before he married his wife 30 years ago.
37 years,
and 37 years
How
ago.
must she feel, do you reckon? How would you feel if your partner came out as gay to you? Not just bisexual, like actually 100% gay.
Like,
you're like, what have you been doing?
You've not fallen out. They still love you.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
You just lack some of the body parts that I find desirable.
I don't know. Like,
it's a tricky one, isn't it?
And especially for her, because they've got 2 kids together. He's obviously quite rich.
Yeah, those kids are not going to get bullied a lot for that.
Well, they were like in their 30s now. Late 20s.
Oh, yeah. Why did I think his kids were like actual young kids? Yeah, of course. He's like 60 nearly, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's like 58, 59.
Christ.
I don't know. So, obviously if he's known he's gay and he's kept it in, then, fair play to him. But also, it is a bit risky about this 15. I mean, they're now 18, I think. And that might not even be true. So I take back all
allegedly.
I take back all... Oh, yeah, that's it. Protect ourselves by saying allegedly.
Yeah.
But he is a Tory.
Allegedly.
No, he is full on.
I mean, probably he is.
Which is... I don't know why people are shocked, because anyone who earns over 100 grand a year is going to vote Tory. Or anyone who earns over 50 grand a year is going to vote Tory. Aren't they? Let's be honest. So I don't know why people are shocked when he earns millions. He don't want poor people like us.
What do you mean like us?
Well, yeah, compared to him.
Oh, yeah, compared to him.
He doesn't care about us.
I'm not poor.
Neither am I, but compared to Philip Schofield.
This is true. Anyway, some more news. Last week, Britain was battered by Storm Ciara.
Yes.
What was your experience of the storm?
It rained.
Slightly harder than usual.
It
didn't seem all that bad.
No,
I mean, everyone was hyping it up.
Yeah.
And in true British fashion,
It
ended up being a little bit of a...
And then we had Storm Dennis.
That was even worse.
Yeah. At least he let the woman come first. Oh, I had my chance.
You blew it.
At least he let... Hey! If you pardon the pun.
I didn't even mean that to be a joke.
He let the woman come first.
Good.
Which is fair play. Apparently got 2 more coming as well. But
Have we?
yeah, Storm.
I mean, it isn't so bad where we live, but in some parts of the country, it's been serious flooding.
Like Wales have been flooded and stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
But
I think that like sort of 2 or 3 people died in the storm, which is very unusual in this country, isn't it? That we have people dying in storms. It's that global warming nonsense. Maybe it's not nonsense.
it's not the Brexit I voted for, is it? Have all these storms.
These foreign storms coming here, taking our foreign storms jobs.
Killing our people.
Ciara's not even a British name. That's good. Anyway, some more recent news. What do you think about Caroline Flack?
It's tragic. And obviously touching on the subject where we spoke on a few weeks ago of Harry and Meghan, obviously the scrutiny that she was under, they managed to escape it, sort of. And I think it's a tricky one because with Caroline Flack, it's really sad. Like the fact that she was pushed to that and that was her
Yeah, but
only
did
escape.
she possibly beat up her boyfriend?
Well, that's the thing,
Allegedly.
A lot of people are also downplaying that as a mistake. Like
That's a pretty big mistake.
Forgetting to buy milk is a mistake.
Yeah.
Battering someone over the head with a lamp is a mistake. It's not a mistake, sorry.
That's a pretty big mistake.
But she, if it was the other way around and he killed himself, people would say he'd deserve it. Let's be honest. If a woman beater killed himself, people would have said that's not enough justice, but he deserves to not be alive.
Well,
just put it out there. But she did deserve to die, and the most disgusting thing about it all is, I don't know if you know this, but the Sun, the night she died...
I was about to bring up some stuff
deleted
about the Sun.
every single negative article written about it on their website.
Oh,
so if you search Caroline Flack on the Sun website, it's just positive. Like, obviously just about her death. So, obviously not saying her death is positive, but...
the thing that I have found interesting about this is that, although I didn't personally have a problem with Caroline Flack, I hate her show Love Island with a passion.
Oh yeah, it's not my program.
And now there were some calls by some people for that show to be cancelled because that's the second person, third person from that show
there was a lady that died.
Who has committed suicide.
Yeah. Obviously, the show wasn't directly for her. The other two, obviously, it was because it's what gave them their fame. But with Caroline Flack, it's a weird one, isn't it? Love Island. It's Yeah.
It's
I mean,
been
one
interesting-
person died from Jeremy Kyle in what, 15 years of that show, and they got rid of it.
Yeah.
3 people have died in 3 years.
Yeah.
And they've...
It's been interesting to see how some people are now calling for that show to be cancelled. And then it's also interesting to see the fans of that show hating on the tabloids, which, let's be fair, drove Caroline Flack to her death.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I fucking hate Love Island and the tabloids.
Yeah.
So it's just always nice for me to see people who I hate and don't like tearing each other apart.
Yeah. I know we could be quite nasty on this show to certain celebrities.
Yeah, but we're joking though, aren't we? Or they deserve it, probably.
I mean, but yeah, we only do it on negative ones or people who, con artists. Ryan. But, some of the stuff that she was getting, was like from The Sun and stuff and the Daily Mail and all this sort of stuff.
Oh, The Sun.
Horrific, isn't it?
It's
so no one,
fucking toilet paper.
It is really sad. And I remember, it was only the other day, but I was scrolling from my phone and it is a shock. It's really sad that all these other celebrities that have come out and been like, you can clear, like those celebrities that said, you can clearly see there was a massive difference in her in the last 6 months. And no matter what anyone tried to do, or any time that it looked like she was getting better, there was another news story that ruined her. So obviously she was mentally unwell to start with because of all the negative press. Then this incident of her boyfriend happened. And it couldn't have been that bad if he was saying that, no, she didn't. I think all it was is she just threw a lamp. And, we've all been in arguments and throwing stuff.
I haven't thrown a lamp. I haven't thrown anything
At Laura.
No.
But you know what I mean? No,
I've thrown things near Laura. I've thrown her phone at her, and it literally missed her by about a centimetre. I didn't throw it in anger, I just threw it because I was being a dickhead.
One time I got really, I say confused. You know, like when you're just sort of doing something and you're not really sure what you're doing. I was walking towards my car, and I was trying to throw my keys to Cassandra to unlock the car, but instead I threw my McDonald's drink at her. And this was like only known her for a couple of months, so that could have been like make or break. I just chucked like a full McDonald's Coke at her. That didn't go down very well. Actually, it was quite funny. Yeah, that was quite funny.
Christ.
It's just like, so it's moving on.
No, we're definitely talking about more about you throwing a Coke over.
I mean, that was about it, really. That was about it. She did find it funny.
Eventually.
But
that's good. Anyway,
I think in an ideal world with social media, there needs to be a law. But how do you police it? How do you police like tabloids and newspapers not being so nasty?
Exactly,
because they always have been.
It's always subjective, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just because there's more means to. I mean, the Sun barely make any, or newspapers. I shouldn't keep picking on them, even though they are a bunch of wankers. The Sun can go fuck themselves.
Sweet connection telling you to go and fuck yourself.
Nice.
But the tabloids don't make much money now off selling newspapers. They make their money off advert clicks, like revenue, obviously, like we do as well, because we make shit tons of money on like their web articles. So they have to have clickbaited headlines. So that's what ruins it.
Yeah,
so they need
have to be extreme
that.
headlines to get people to click on them, don't they?
To then get exposed to all the adverts. So there needs to be a way to sort of police.
I don't think you can do a law on it though. I think that if you really want to get back at some of these tabloids, you have to boycott them, like they did in Liverpool when the Sun accused some of the Hillsborough fans.
Yeah, you still not allowed to read the Sun in Liverpool.
Don't stock the Sun in Liverpool, and that's far more effective, I think, is you boycotting something than you banning it. Yeah, because then where does it stop? So
the problem is obviously the owner of the Sun is Rupert Murdoch, and he's never going to run out of money, is he?
Yeah, but he'll die soon because he's like 97.
Yeah. The good thing that in Liverpool, I didn't know this, they've got like signs on like their public transport and stuff saying you're not allowed to read, like the Sun newspaper is not welcome on this train. My auntie's telling me who goes up there.
Really?
And like there's literally someone on the train, like the attendant is like, look, sorry, no, you can't read that. And they take it off you.
Well, a bit far, isn't it?
That's fine.
I mean, I don't fucking read the Sun, but...
My dad does. Tragic.
Everyone's dad reads the Sun. I used to read the Sun as a kid.
I think it's for the tits.
It was for the tits. They've banned the tits now.
Oh.
That was the only reason I read the Sun, was because of the tits. Let's be honest.
I used to doodle on them.
In what way?
Like, the page 3 models.
You used to doodle on the tits themselves,
I used to
or on the
doodle
face?
on all over them. Like, put glasses on and do that lot.
On the tits.
Cover the breasts. Like, draw clothes. and draw like
Make it
tattoos.
more decent.
Yeah, and draw like tattoos on them. That's tragic, isn't it?
I like the fact that you're drawing, as a child, as a young, horny teenager, you're drawing on clothes. Have a bit of self-respect, love.
That's what it is, isn't it? I don't want my... Yeah.
So your dad goes to, like, read it, and...
we've done it again! Jason!
And the page 3 model is just in a burqa. It's like, Jesus, Jason.
And then he just beeps him with the newspaper. Oh.
He then throws a lamp at you.
Only 20% of that story is true.
Which 20%? I don't know.
I used to draw on the paper, yeah.
That's good. Anyway, speaking of wanting to ban shows, because...
Okay. Who's put in a
Take
petition
Me Out.
against us?
No, not us, you
Oh,
idiot.
okay.
Take Me Out. The show Take Me Out,
Yes.
which also I dislike, has finally been axed.
Has it?
That was axed like the other week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Just because it's got lower ratings.
Well,
and
it's been on
do you
for
know how long? It's been on for like 12 years, or 11,
Wow.
12 years. Yeah, it's run its course. We get it.
Yeah, that's more like a 5-year thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
so
ridiculous. 12
I'm glad
years.
that's gone. I mean, it doesn't really offend me. Like I've watched bits and pieces if I have to, but I just.
But again, if it
I
was
just
the other
don't
way
like it.
around,
I just think it's really trashy.
If it was the other way around, like 30 boys and one girl, it would go down as disgusting.
30 boys and one girl. What you on about?
Like if it was single lady, reveal yourself, and it comes down and it was...
There'd be no problem with that. What are you on about?
It would just be weirder.
I don't even know what you're on about, Jason. Jesus.
Get your head out your ass and get real.
Brilliant. Anyway, moving on. This is a slightly weird story about a good friend of the show who shall remain nameless, as you'll find out. But basically...
And who is it? Off record?
Will.
Okay.
Anyway, we went out in
Will?
Ipswich. We went out to one of our local towns.
Will?
Stop saying that.
Okay.
We went out... I'm going to have to leave it in now. Anyway, me and Will and some friends went out to...
Just leave it all in.
I'll leave it all in. And,
no offence, Will.
To a jungle night. Because one of our friends was DJing. Let's not get into it.
DJing?
DJing.
DJing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Digging, as I like to call
it.
it.
It was a nice night. Anyway, so after we had been to the club which he was playing at, obviously we then went out afterwards and stuff, and we were in the final club we were going to be in. But anyway, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so this is the last call.
May I just say...
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Thanks for the invite. I was probably tucked up in bed.
You were definitely
and then
tucked up in
awake
bed.
at 3 a.m.
Anyway, and we were probably about 10 minutes away, and then I noticed Will started to speak to this considerably older lady who's also in the club.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, long story short,
Should we name her Brenda?
He goes home with her.
With Brenda?
With Brenda. And,
how old is Brenda, would you say?
Well, he said that he reckons she's in her 50s. And
you think older?
I don't know. I was really drunk, and I didn't really see much of her face, right? Because Will was just
You just saw her carer and her walking stick.
And her blind dog. And he went home with her in a taxi, but it was a taxi of him, her, and then her friends as well.
Oh.
I don't know why. I mean, surely everyone in the taxi, including the taxi driver, knows what's happening here. I find that incredibly just to sit like. I don't know.
Brenda's pulled herself a young boy.
Anyway, so they go back to Brenda's. There are photos of her kids everywhere. I won't get into the actual details. But anyway, in the morning, this I thought was actually quite sweet, right? Because he stays the night. In the morning, she's got to work. She then offers to make breakfast, which I think is nice. And then she then offers to then drive him home. Bearing in mind, it's about a 20-minute drive. They're like 20-minute there, 20-minute back. I just find it weird how she's offered to drive her one-night stand home. Isn't that quite sweet, though? Isn't that sweet?
I mean, that is quite nice of her.
I was just like, so well, how do you feel? Do you feel...
He's probably got stepkids that are older than him.
Probably. But, like, driving your one night... What do you talk about on the way back?
So, got much planned for the weekend? Oh, yes, actually. Me and the girls are going to go to bingo tomorrow night. You fancy to come along, if you like. I've then got my dentures being put in on Friday.
Yeah, but this whole thing has just made me very glad that because I've been in a long-term relationship, I've never had to worry about like that one-night stand scenario. I'm not sure whether I would even stay over. I'd probably be the sort of person who would have the deed and then leave. I don't think I would stay over.
See you later, love.
Yeah, well, yeah, because obviously I snore really badly.
Oh my god!
And
what if she has extra thick duvets and you get your bloody horizontal
claustrophobia.
Yeah, what if you get that? Oh, Ben, thanks for rubbing me up the right way.
If she's on top, I'm like, Jesus Christ, love. You better
help!
get off me. You better get off me. Either that, or we stand up and do it. I'll be fine. Because that's vertical. That's fine.
Well done, Mr. Catamol. That was a great rogering you gave me.
God almighty.
And you just go, cheers, Brenda, love. Look, it's getting late. We got here at 10 to 3. It's now 5 to 3. I've done what I need to do. I'm going to go home if that's all right. Do you mind giving me a lift? or you just go, thanks, Brenda. Do you mind making me up a bed on the sofa?
Oh, this awkward.
I know what you mean, because after you do the deed, you don't instantly fall asleep, do you?
No.
Obviously, you're awake for quite a while. And when you've done the deed with a stranger, let's be honest, what do you do? Do you chat?
What's the proper protocol?
I mean, I tend to go downstairs and make a cup of tea. Do we make her one, or?
You have to make her one. It's her house.
Am I making it?
You can't go down into her kitchen, use her milk and tea, and not make her one. I think she'd probably earned that.
What if you do the deed, and then you go down and make her a cup of tea, and then you realise she has black tea? Oh.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Or she has no kettle, and you have to make the tea in the microwave like a monster.
Oh, what would you do? I know we've gone from one night stand to how they have tea. That's great. I'll tell you what, though. I wonder what Brenda's like.
First of all, Brenda's not her real name. But again, But then also, what was weird, what was actually weird afterwards, is that we started talking to some younger girls in the club.
Oh, did you? Does Laura know?
I wasn't speaking to them. I can't be asked to speak to young girls
anymore.
You were
just stood there staring at them.
I don't want to have to speak to young girls anymore. I'm not interested in them. I don't want to listen to what they think. All right, I don't care.
I just love Harry Styles.
I don't have to care. I've got no interest. Anyway. But then, obviously, Will went home, and then we went home separately as one big group. They then started up a WhatsApp group with these two random girls in to talk about Will and this old lady. And it was a good 3 or 4 days of people still on this group chat. And I was like, it's Wednesday. We went on Saturday. And this group is still, people are still talking about Will and stuff in this group.
Will and Brenda.
I'm just like, I'm going to leave this group now. And I left it. I was like, this is super. Anyway, moving on.
That was magical. I love that.
Speaking of magical.
Will, get on the show, mate. We need to talk about Brenda.
Speaking of magical, I've been practicing some magic tricks.
Oh, here we go.
You want to see a magic
trick?
Here
we go. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's do a magic trick where no one can see on a podcast.
Right. So
you can just say, is this your card? And there's no even cards out here.
I've got the cards in my hand.
I can't see them. Nope, still can't see them. This is a podcast.
You'll probably hear me shuffling them.
Right? You're good with adding sound effects. We're not even in the same room. Anyway, we're not even in the same country.
Jason, right. I'm going to ask you to pick...
2 of clubs.
No, to pick 4 cards, right? And you also have to memorise these 4 cards.
Okay, do you see them?
Just pick...
Do I see them?
Pick whatever 4 cards you want.
1. Oh, sorry, my beard was in them. 2.
3, 4. Please commit those 4 cards to memory.
Okay, let me take a picture of them.
Fine, take a picture of the 4 cards.
Because my memory is not amazing.
Is this your card? I don't know.
Sure.
It could be.
Right, okay. Hold on, bear with me.
Put the cards back. So put like 1 there, for example.
Okay, that's the 3 of hearts. And that's the 2 of hearts. This is ridiculous. This is the worst content I've ever been part of.
So I'm shuffling the cards. You can see me shuffling.
Yeah, all our listeners can see you. Fucking hell, you just dropped.
I'm shuffling the cards very poorly. Right.
I've got a game.
I've shuffled the cards. Right.
You'll play 52 card pickup.
Now what I'm going to do, Jason, right? I'm going to put these cards behind my back.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to make complete eye contact with you.
This is disgusting. You just blinked.
So.
You have a beautiful forehead.
Thank you.
Say something nice about me.
You've got a beautiful beard. Is that good?
I'm wet.
Brilliant. Anyway, so. How many cards did you have?
I had 4 because you asked me to take 4.
Right, okay, right. So, if I've done this correct, right?
Are you going to explain this magic trick to me after?
So, I'm going to say, Jason, is this one of your cards?
Yes.
Right, now, is that one of your cards?
Yes.
Now, that's not one of your cards.
No.
But that one's one of your cards. And that one's one of your cards.
No way!
Ta-da!
Oh.
It's a shame no one else can appreciate that.
Right. Next time we do this, we might have to get an actual deck of cards.
We've got a deck. Oh, it's funny.
Right.
Anyway,
Talk to me. How did you do it?
I'm not telling you how I did it. It's magic, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to
You're
finish
the
the show with
worst
Cat
kind of human being. Tell me how you do it.
No, the magic is in not knowing. So
The magic is me not caring.
You're the one asking. We're going to finish the show with Cat's Comment Corner.
90 degrees, that's a corner. A type of settee, that's a corner. Trap your enemy, that's a corner. Cat's Comment Corner. That's the real corner.
So this headline is from The Sun, and it goes...
I thought we were boycotting them.
We're not boycotting them. And it goes, doctors urge men to stop using banana peels to pleasure themselves, or risk rashes and painful sores. So apparently men have been wanking with banana skins. So
I feel like I need to address something here. When I started my job as a doctor, because of Brexit...
I don't think we actually recorded that bit in the end. That was part of the lost footage.
Oh my god!
So no one's going to know what you're on about, and we're not doing it again.
Okay. Alright, we'll move on from that joke then. A banana peel. Do you know what? I guess the only way people think about that is because it's quite slippery. So I guess it's quite a good lubricant. My question is, what kind of rash? How do you get a rash off a banana?
Well, it's not very sterile, I would imagine. I mean, if bits of, banana get in between the folds...
How can you tell the difference between that and smegma?
Very good question. You wouldn't know, would you?
That is rank.
That is
disgusting.
We've said on the podcast.
Okay, wake yourself off of a banana. Well, I guess, females do it, don't they?
I mean, do they, though? Is that a common thing?
I don't know. It's just the shape, isn't it? There's always that rumour of that
it's
kid
quite
in the school
mushy, though, isn't it? It's
not if you leave the peel on.
Well, yeah, even with that, they're not, solid, are they? They're still going to...
There's always that rumour of that girl in school, though, isn't it? That always pleasured herself with a banana and a cucumber.
Was there?
In my school.
That was maybe in your school. In your rough school.
But men using it?
Unusual.
Yeah. Any more to add? Any comments?
No. That was basically the headline.
Would you do it?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I'd probably use a watermelon if I had to, just sort of cut a hole. Cut a hole in there.
What fruit would you have intercourse with? Email in at
thesweetconnection@outlook.com. Anyway,
maybe send us pictures.
Next headline. Piers Morgan is pretty sure his Good Morning co-host Susanna Reeds genuinely wants to kill him. Short answer, she probably does.
Moving on.
No further discussion required. Every co-host he's ever had wants to kill him. The last one.
Every guest he's ever had.
This is from The Sun as well. These are all from The Sun. Oh no, one's from the Metro. Eye-watering moment. Half-naked bloke falls from second-story window onto van when lover's husband came home early. So he's doing the classic outside the window, gripping on with his fingers.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he loses his grip and falls 2 stories onto
his van, or
I think it's the husband's van. So if anything, day's got worse for that husband. Not only is their wife having an affair, he's got an insurance claim as well.
When there's a blame, there's a claim.
Imagine trying to explain that to the insurer. Anyway, so a naked man.
I like when the headline is half-naked bloke. Have a bit of class, gentleman.
This is no gentleman. What sort of gentleman hangs out of the window in his tighty whities?
Do you reckon Brenda was married? Imagine good friend of the show, Will. That could have been him.
Maybe that is Will. Even though this was
have you heard from him since?
Even though this is from January, it could have been. I'd rather get caught, frankly, or at least hide in the wardrobe. Don't climb out the window.
You'd be fucked in the wardrobe, wouldn't you? Oh no, you're standing up. To be fair.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Ben, hide under the bed.
No, absolutely not.
No way. I would rather him kill me.
I will just accept my beating, and I'll gladly be out of here.
I will see you later.
Oh, that's good.
That's the thing. Would you jump 2 stories to get away from him, or would you hide under the bed?
No, neither. Can I pick neither? I'd just confront him and he would open the door. I'd have already sprinted past him before he's even had time to react. He'd be like,
honey, I'm home.
And he's just he'd be too confused to even stop.
Head down. Go for it.
My arms are pumping like Usain Bolt, and I'm just going past him.
Not a single word said. Just go straight past him. You leave a trail of smoke
exactly
in your wake.
Done. Anyway,
Brilliant.
that's great. We're going to end the show on that thought and say it is good to be back, because there was a time a couple of weeks ago I was like, is this the end of the show?
Yeah, I thought you were. How each week
But we're
your
back.
intros were getting worse and worse and worse.
No, not because of that. I mean because of the
and
Facebook thing.
worse. And then the Facebook thing, and you texted me saying no show this weekend. And I thought this could be the end. You know, maybe we should look into ways of making the show bigger.
I'm doing that right now.
you heard?
Oh, I'm trying to end the show. We have not got another time.
Right.
Fucking hell.
Do you remember
Make it quick.
Do you remember a few months ago we were talking about a certain TV channel that we never watch? Channel 5.
Yeah.
That got broadcaster Channel of the Year.
Did it?
Yes.
Jesus.
So maybe that we're missing something. Maybe Home and Away is that good that we should try and get on there. Get a little slot, I don't know, 9 till 10 p.m.
Isn't that filmed in Australia?
Home and Away?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's on Channel 5, like Neighbours. So, you know, I'm just saying Channel 5 is really popular because of them. I think we should try and get ourselves onto Channel 5. And I don't think it'll be that hard.
It's a very short queue. Anyway.
So, next time you hear us...
Why don't that be your task for the next couple of weeks?
Because...
Get us a gig on Channel 5.
Because I'm busy.
You're busy, whatever. I've got a kid. I can't get us a...
Anyway,
say,
next time you see us, it'll be on Channel 5. Prime time.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. See you catch you next time.
Home
Bye-bye.
and Away.
So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
And if you like this show, you should definitely check out all the other amazing podcasts on the No Please Don't Network. Visit www.nopleasedon'tpodcast.com. Massive thanks to CIPP and Carlyle Laurent for all of our jingles. Thank you for listening and catch you next time.
Sweet connection.